client, Kalunde Cissy, is the registered owner of the property. This property was registered way back before these shenanigans attempted to defraud the possession of the land from her. The scheme is so simple. A company is registered in 2004. Surprisingly, the registrar of companies registers another company with similar names in 2006. Then, with the cohort of land registry, the green card now, when one does a search, finds out that the name purported to be the one registered as the owner is the one the title deed or the search comes out in 2006. Then they sell this land to other people. So our client has moved to the High Court before Justice Murima that Jimmy Wanjigi misrepresented facts before the judge, but actually the land belonged to him. This is a great anomaly, and the judge relied on facts without seeking who is the other party. We have made an application to court for joinder so that we be enjoined to present the facts. We have given a chronology of a high-end criminal enterprise where Jimmy Wanjigi and his friends have defrauded our client her rightful property. Within the transactions, the lawyers who are involved in the transactions, who have changed position at this time, purported that there was consideration that was paid when there was no consideration that was paid at all. So in summary, we have laid bare the investigations done by the DCI, and that is the investigation by one Judge Kinoti convinced the Director of Public Prosecution, one Mr. Nuruddin Haji, to approve the charge. And that charge was presented before the court. Yet, Jimmy Wanjigi has been saying that he is being charged not because he has defrauded, but because he has problems with the President of the Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and he has a problem with one Raila Odinga. That is the reason why he is being charged. We have provided graphically the scheme that involves Jimmy Wanjigi, the company registry, the land office, and a few land brokers, so that Jimmy Wanjigi was being aided by government facilities, and quite a number of the recommendations of the DCI to investigate officers in those two government officers, and also the advocates then, what they did. So in a nutshell, we are seeking to be enjoined, and we have made an application within the joinder to vacate those orders so that Jimmy Wanjigi can take plea and prosecute and defend himself over the evidence that we have laid before the court and before the Republic. Any question?
The day of January 2022, the learned Justice Anthony Mrima issued orders in favor of Mr. Richard Jimmy Wanjigi and Advocate Augustine Thuo Cairo, preventing or restraining the DPP and the DCI from arresting them in relation to their involvement in a fraudulent activity that involves the fraudulent dealing in land that is located in Westlands. So we have since received instructions from Cissy Kalunde who is the registered owner of the land or the disputed land that is in Westlands. The instructions that we have received so far reveal that she has an identifiable stake or interest or legal interest in the case that is in court. And we verily believe that the orders that were issued by the judge were issued on the basis of a misdirection by the petitioners that went to court and sought those orders. And we have tried to put it out to the court, the facts that surround the fraudulent or a very evil scheme that was designed way back in the year 2006, that was designed with the aim of defrauding our client, her entitlement to this piece of land. Now, it should be recalled that our client, Cissy Kalunde, actually bought this land in the year 2018. But before she bought this land, the land was registered in the name of Horizon Hills Limited, a company that was incorporated in the year 2004. But in the year 2006, some individuals came up with an idea to come up with a company that has similar names as the one that the previous owner of the land was known as. So in the year 2006, there was a formation of another company with the same name or identical to Horizon Hills Limited, which misrepresented itself as the registered owner of this parcel of land. Then it so happened that subsequently, Mr. Wanjigi is of the view that he used Mr. Thuo, Augustine Cairo, who was his proxy, to transact, or rather to transfer the shares of Horizon Hills Limited. He transferred those shares from the initial owners, the initial purported owners of this company, to TYL Limited Company, which is a company that was under the directorship of Mr. Augustine Thuo and another advocate. So it so happened that Mr. Thuo subsequently, after this transfer, it is claimed that they transferred 138 million shillings as a consideration for the transfer of these shares from Horizon Hills Limited, which was incorporated in 2006, to themselves. So subsequently, it is said that after the transfer of this company, Mr. Wanjigi looked for another buyer by the name Kendroid Limited. And Kendroid Limited was lured into entering into a sale agreement of this land in the pretense or in their false knowledge that Mr. Wanjigi's company, in the name of now Horizon Hills Limited, which was incorporated in 2006, was the registered owner of this land. And therefore, the owner, the Kendroid Limited, subsequently transferred 56 million shillings to Kembi Gitura Advocates to be held in trust of Irene Zisa Nzigi, who is the wife of Mr. Richard Wanjigi. And therefore, it so happened that it was realized that this company was actually representing itself as the initial owner of this land. And therefore, there was a directive from the Registrar of Companies that since this company had been registered in the year 2006, and the initial company was registered in the year 2004, then the company registered in the year 2006 had to change its name to avoid further confusion from the members of the public. And it is at this point in time that Kendroid Limited realized that they had been duped by Mr. Wanjigi, who was acting then in the name of TYL Limited and in the name of Horizon Limited. And therefore they were forced to change this name from Horizon Limited, and they changed it to Arumen Limited. Arumen Limited, which is registered in the name of Irene Zisa and TYL Limited. Subsequently, what we have come to realize, which is a very evil scheme that was hatched in the year 2006 with the main aim of defrauding our client of her entitlement of this property, is that in as much as they knew very well that there was a double registration of a company with the sole aim of confusing the members of the public, they have subsequently gone and cost our client a lot of discomfort, while she has at the same time paid stamp duty of up tune of 14 million shillings to the Kenyan government. She has developed that property, and therefore it is for this reason that we have sought joinder in the case that is before court, that which will be coming up on the 9th day of February 2022, so that we can put it clearly before the court that the court is being used by these individuals to further propagate this illegality, or rather continue with this conspiracy that was hatched with the aim of defrauding our client her land, and which has been used to further defraud members of the public, unsuspecting members of the public, their monies. So my senior, Mr. Danston Omari, will